Alright, welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We are against Hoyo the Boyo, and we're gonna try to handle this one with the Byleth team here. Dual Byleth. So basically, this is a very interesting setup that he has here. Looking at the layout here, there's only one mythic. And I've really been like going back and forth in terms of whether or not this is something that I want to do, because it does give you a lot more flexibility in terms of how you put your team together. But the problem is you lose out on those juicy health points. But then the trade-off is that you probably would have died with them anyways. Like, even like you can have, as you can see here, 72 health on a unit, and they'll still get blown up. So I don't know, man. It's something that I really go back and forth with in terms of defensive builds. Like literally every other week, I try to figure out if I want to run the bonus mythic or not. But here we are. We're looking at this Brattle Anna here. And she's going to have a pre-charged AoE, which is the reason why I didn't want to run Ike here, because I don't have any way in particular to stop AoE damage this season. I've been tinkering with a few things, but they just haven't been working the way that I wanted them to. This is a really, really strong Miraculous ult. In comparison to her Christmas ult, I think it was, where she got that dagger. This one is far better. They've been just giving out bonus doubler like candy these days. Like, it used to be just a legendary Eliwood thing, but now everyone can do it. So you don't really need legendary Eliwood anymore, even though he still is, in my opinion, the best at it. But you can also argue that having a dancer that can provide bonus doubler is a little bit better.
Watch your step.
So what we want to do here, or what I'm planning to do, I'm going to try to get locked down on Ivy, Camilla, same person. And then we're going to, well, I already have false started Astra, so that Anna, I keep trying to say it, comes out with an H for some reason. Doesn't get her pre-charge AoE. I wanted to switch over like one more lane, but I can't because of the layout of the map here. I will get hit with the Fatal Smoke from Julia, and I kind of want to avoid that. So we're going to see here how this pans out once Hannah... Oh, that's not good. But Camilla shouldn't kill, I don't think. Violet should be able to one-shot. 56.
This is for you.
Ooh.
I'll make this hurt.
That is unfortunate. Okay, that's the bonus doubler right there. I think that's what that was. What happened there was Porcelina did not shut down Camilla. I missed the rest check, which sucks. Man, I didn't anticipate that happening actually. I thought for sure I'd get that because I have, what, 62 res compared to like 27, 37. Yeah, completely missed that res check. And then Miraculous just did the thing, which was give bonus doubler to everyone, which makes this a lot more difficult to think. 55, 40, still pretty close, but apparently it was not enough. I probably could have used Ike for this.
Without a doubt.
Since I realized late that I was shutting off the AoE, so I probably could have just Ike this instead. And probably had a better outcome, but GG's, he got me. Let's play one more. Yeah, good map, very good. No complaints here. Alright, so we're against Jania this time, and we're gonna just go with the Ike strats. Big misplay on my part for picking the wrong team, but also very well thought out map. And we're going to come against this one here and see what we can do. Alright, so what we're looking at here is a catcher ball setup with Tina. Now, this is a very interesting team here in terms of what we're looking at on defense. Sometimes Ike loses to Sanaki, So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to get the lockdown on Dimitri, so that not Mirabilis, Plumeria, rearmed, will be forced to dance Dimitri instead of Sanaki, because that will prevent like a huge stat swing. Once she gets dance, she gets like Plumeria's dance is full bonus doubler or something, penalty doubler. I don't know, but it's a big stat swing, so we want to avoid that, because if the dance is on Dimitri, then, well, I just don't want to tank Sanaki this turn, is basically what I'm saying. Really nice Dimitri here. I'm like one of the few people that hasn't built up this Dimitri. I have a copy, but he's just like chilling in the barracks. Tina here is being false started, so we don't have to worry about her doing her stuff. That's because Freyr is all the way over on the left. Always still a good idea just to have Elamine around, because she still provides so much. But we're gonna warp over the mountain here. We're gonna take out, I think, Freyr this turn and whatever else comes. And we'll see what we can do with the catcher ball the following turn. Pretty much done with the setup here. This is pretty much going to be it. I just got to move some units out of the way and take it from there. Getting the pots should be might be a little bit of a challenge, but we'll see how it pans out. That's that. I'm still thinking about that last match, man. I think I was saying like whether or not like I bring I think that's kind of what Chaos Season is, but the downside is that they removed, or that it's only 6 units. If they had kept it probably would have been tedious or a little bit too chaotic, maybe because of all the units that you could potentially bring. But I wish that I could have the same score on defense without running 2 mythics or the bonus mythic, because you need the bonus mythic plus some other unit. She attacked instead of dancing. Her attack stat is just way too high, man. way too high.
Avert your eyes.
So yeah, I was like, instead of having the bonus mythic plus another mythic on defense just so that you can score properly, hopefully they change it to where, I don't know if they would do that though, because it changes entirely how the game mode is played. But it would just be like 1 mythic, and that mythic would cover everything. You would get all the mythic buffs, or at least the mythic buffs from 2 mythics, plus the score that you need to just run effectively. Because the thing is, some of these mythics just are completely power creeps and have, I mean, I know that we're gonna keep getting new mythics as we go forward, but like running someone like Sophis,
I've got this.
I shouldn't be penalized because I don't want to run Sophis. And if I have the potential of just like running 1 mythic but not losing the score for, like 40 and 65 is a big difference in terms of whether or not, in terms of lift loss, is a big difference in terms of whether or not you stay in the vault week after week. And I don't like that, because it limits your creativity. I mean, you can still build things, but you just you don't have that safety cushion of the 40 lift loss instead of the 65 if you lose a match, because people sack play all the time. So it's a high probability that you lose. It doesn't benefit you to play that risky when it comes to your defensive setup, is what I'm saying. So I don't know, it's just something that I think about a lot, and I wish it wasn't like that, but currently it is, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. I was saying that I was also like playing with a couple of ways to try to deal with AoEs in Astra Anima. I was thinking of like just putting Thor on a team because she stops that 3 movement buff from Igrin, but then Igrin isn't the only one that can run an AoE, so it's like, what, 50% of the time that type of strategy would work. And then also, all you would need is Harsh Command or someone that removes, debuffs to just cleanse it off, and it doesn't work if Freyr's there, so. And then I was trying to work out some pulse ties, but you don't necessarily get the guarantee that you'll have the turn free, and all they would really need is times pulse 4 to get the special back up. So, and also you have to meet the HP check. You have to like consider that the 2 units that have the AoE both share the same health, because it's going to target the lowest one. So aside from Pulse Smoke, which is in Ike's weapon, or is it his special? One of the two. The options are limited in Astra Anima, unless you want to like just bring Brave Corn and 50% versus 50% AoE damage reduction versus 80% where you have Gateau. That's a huge difference. Half of 100 is 50, which is still a lot of damage for someone like Ike.
Your plan.
And then the other option is just to nullify the AoE potential altogether. So I don't know, man. I'm still thinking about it, because what most people do is that they just avoid any of the AoE units, but that's not a concrete strategy, because if you set up like your rally trap, or you set up a rally trap, or you have multiple AoE units, it's a little bit more difficult to play out that strategy, where you just avoid the unit that has the AoE. But then you also have ladders, so I mean, that's also an option. But it's just things that I'm thinking about. I'm glad that there's differences between the 2 seasons, and that you don't have something exactly like Gateau in Astra Anima, because it forces you to think more. There's so many counters to literally everything in this game. Like every playstyle has a way to be countered. It's just, do you want to do this? Because if you do this, then your opponent might do. If you do A to counter B, your opponent might do C, and that's a lot of strategizing to take into consideration when you're trying to build a defense or just playing the game in general. Ether raids. So yeah, a lot to think about, but we're done with another match here. This is Dimitri getting blown up by Crom, Vale. He's just losing to everyone here, even Ike. Yeah, plus 10, legendary Dimitri. Good unit, right? Yeah, man, a lot to think about. Some of those is this week. Not excited, but GG's. See you in the next one.